So, number 6 we're talking about.
And your journey to UK. I don't think. Okay. I mean, I can start. I think my parents anyway came and lived in Sweden because of the war. I never experienced the war. I was so small. I don't remember any war. I have sympathy for people who have wars, which is, as a human you do, and you can imagine as a woman, as a mother, how people feel. But I never understood until I grew up what it was like not to have a country or a belonging. I grew up in a country where I didn't have a lot of people who looked like me or practically the same religion as me or anything. But with the time it grew, But I think it was finding the identity, who you are, why we're here, what we do, where is our country, why do we need to speak our language, why do we have to practice religion and all those questions. It wasn't hard because I had quite good support friends from the same country as me, but I always wanted to go and see my belonging, where I belonged, and I did after I grew up. I think I was 17, and then our country had the first independence, Eritrea. First independence, I went there, and that was different feelings. It was such a nice place to be because everyone looked like you, everyone spoke in the same language, and you knew your roots, your family, the people you left behind, But I think we enjoyed it. But people who was there who fighted for the country, who came back after the war, didn't have anything, and they felt a bit of anger with us because we're the one who left country and we had a better chance to leave and get an education, have a better lifestyle. When they came back from the war, they fought to get the country right back. But no, there was nothing there for them. They came back injured. They didn't have any house to live in. They lost their families. They couldn't adapt to lifestyle as well because they've been in the war for such a long time. And we didn't get it. We just thought they were so violent. All the soldiers who was out there. We thought they were just horrible to us, and how dare they talk to us like that or fight with us because we are Eritrean and it wasn't our fault that we left. But after a while, you start talking to them, you knew that there was so much behind it. Well, I think in other European countries, if they come back from the war, they still have their houses, they still have their families, they can still carry on, or they know at least their children are in the safe hands. They still have their, education and welfare and everything. But in other countries, you don't have the same treatment kind of thing. You lose when you come back if you're not dead. So I think that was the hard bit for me. And then after a while, I wanted to stay because I thought this is where I belong. But I couldn't because you just knew you grew up in a different place where you had your right, you lived in a good standard lifestyle. You had a say, you had a voice and everything, and then live in a country where we just need to start everything from scratch kind of things. It was really difficult. I couldn't get it. And I was quite young. So I went back to Sweden. When I first said to my dad, I want to live here. This is where I want to go to college. And Eritrea had been colonized by Italian for many, many years. So in the country, it's quite nice. The war was outside the country, the city. So when you go around, you're thinking you see lovely buildings, you see nice schools. Still there are quite nice schools, but it's not the school, it's not the building. It's just actually the whole country, the system it wasn't in place. So I think I still feel sorry because the war's still going on now. A lot of people came from many countries like America, Germany, Italy to start a new life, to build a country. They left everything. They sold their houses, their businesses in other countries. They came back to make the country grow. But most of them didn't succeed after a few years because the war started again. But they still have that feeling one day we will come back and we want the best for the country. So you lose, and then I had my children, and my children live now. They don't even live in Sweden. They live in England now, and it's a different story there as well. So that's my story. And